Circle Records. It's the movement, you know what I'm saying? Trying to make it out here. We feel like this the way out. You know what I'm saying? This rap shit, so, you know what I'm saying? That's what we doing.
I was never like a child, like a troublesome child at all. I was bullied. And I stood up for myself. So honestly, I don't feel like I should have did, what they made me do as far as the time, but they didn't see it like that. I was defending myself.
Okay, hey, every real nigga right here, I'm gonna tell you some real G shit. You know what? I'm gonna tell you some real G shit. Tell you, man. You could not put on a motherfucking football uniform and claim it's soccer. You cannot put on...
I know what it's like to get shot, and I'd rather, I hope I never have to, but I'd rather do it to somebody else before they do it to me.
I was selling 3 keys a day. I was roughly making $70,000 to $80,000.
I began to explore new ideas about where I wanted to go, and certainly I didn't want to become like my friend.
When the teenagers hit 14 or 15, what's happening, their parents don't want them. They'll fuss at them, they call the police to the kid, push them. The police gonna take the kid to DDC. They go in front of the judge, and the judge say, they'll tell a lie that they're afraid of the kids, they're afraid of the kid, afraid for their life. Then the judge may order that kid into foster care.
So long as an adult was taking time with a child, I saw changes being made.
A lot of young cats is going to prison now because you got guys coming out, they glorifying it.
It was like, well, if it's $90,000 in a laundry basket, I heard the agent telling the other agent, we got to find out what's in this safe.
They was happy for a black president. They was happy to see black people, let me talk. They were happy to see black people clean up this shit. When that man got in office, he had black hair. You look at his hair now, it's great.
Yeah, man, you see this? They ain't supposed to go to jail for this. They supposed to know a nigga smoke, man. So they lock a nigga up behind cages.
Other laws.
They lock a nigga up behind cages. Behind this, they should be. But they need to get that looked at because the nigga smoke.
This shit crazy, bro.
To learn the history of a person, place, or thing is to make it easier to understand. Higher education, however, is full of omissions. In law schools all across the U.S., you can receive a law degree and never learn about my aunt. My aunt, goddess of fairness and balance. She is the first lady of justice and truth. Truth is as important as justice. A scale accompanies her image found on ancient structures in Africa. On one end of the scale is a heart representing the soul. A feather symbolizing truth is on the other end of the scale. The soul is weighed against the feather. A jury is present. The heart must be as light as a feather. Not adhering to the divine principles of my aunt creates a heavy heart. Those principles are written laws called the 42 Negative Confessions, or the divine principles of my aunt. These laws state, I have not committed sin. I have not committed robbery with violence. I have not stolen. I have not slain men or women. I have not told lies. I have not closed my ears to truth. I have not stolen anyone's land. I have not polluted the water. I have not stolen from or disrespected the deceased. I have not taken food from a child, and so on. Some call her Justitia or Justitia, was created thousands of years after Ma'at. Called Lady Justice, she adorns many courthouse steps and law offices. Justice is symbolized as blind, equal, and mighty. During the study of criminology, you can obtain a PhD and never learn about the scholar who pioneered the methods we use to do research today. W.E.B. Du Bois should be considered the true father of modern sociology. He did some of the first urban studies, but is largely omitted in the field he pioneered. Universities choose to mention Bentham, Beccaria, Lombroso, Durkheim, Sutherland, and even Marx. The name W.E.B. Du Bois as a giant in sociology is omitted. In 1896, the University of Pennsylvania commissioned him to produce their first urban study, particularly in the area where blacks lived. A young, newly married Du Bois moved to a poor area of the 7th Ward in Philadelphia. He wrote of the experience. I settled in one room over a cafeteria run by a college settlement in the worst part of the 7th Ward. We lived there a year, in the midst of an atmosphere of dirt, drunkenness, poverty, and crime. Murder sat on our doorsteps, police were our government, and philanthropy dropped in with periodic advice. Du Bois went far beyond what anyone had expected. Publishing in 1899 the groundbreaking report, The Philadelphia Negro. Some of the never-used-before methods he employed looking at Philly's 7th Ward revealed a fairly heterogeneous neighborhood. The detailed report mapped the entire area. Du Bois went door to door with surveys. He also studied census data. The study identified poverty as a main cause of crime. He found that education was also a factor. So was race. The report detailed the reality of illiteracy, a history of social inequality, and the exclusion of blacks from the city's premier industrial jobs, and systematically denying that population decent single-family homes. He also connected the impact that belief had on outcomes. After this study, Du Bois went to Atlanta University in Georgia, where he became a professor in economics and history and later headed up Atlanta's first economics and sociology department. He spent 2 stints totaling 23 years at the college, which reported courses created by Du Bois that were superior to the Chicago School, a school consistently mentioned in today's criminology courses. Du Bois and his students did research that were once again just as groundbreaking as his work in Philadelphia, publishing invaluable urban reports and sending them out far and wide to colleges, organizations, schools, and libraries. However, Du Bois and the Atlanta School are almost lost to the scholarly field of sociology. Du Bois did not do reports to fit in line with the power structure of his day. He was opinionated and an activist, fighting for civil rights during a time when racial terrorism from government and private citizens were the norm. Du Bois was masterful in using census data and other research to debunk myths that politicians were citing about crime and race during that time. He was not alone. His friend and comrade Ida B. Wells, for instance, produced a document entitled The Red Record, which accumulated lynching data from newspapers over the years, which told a story different from the myths of that day. She found that most blacks were lynched because they dared to open businesses, buy land, vote, or simply for acting uppity. Wells was born in 1862, and by her 20s, She was producing reports that should be studied in every criminology school in this country. The numerous death threats she received caused her to have to carry 2 pistols. She also had to leave the South. Wells and Du Bois were both founders of the NAACP and were highly noted figures of their day. W.E.B. Du Bois rejected researchers who he said gathered their information through the windows of cars as they drove by the communities they studied. The setting of this film is a city that was once called the winter film capital of the movie industry. Before Hollywood, there was the bold new city of the South, Jacksonville, located on Florida's northeastern coast in Duval County. This film gives voice to those that are often omitted from the discussions on solutions to crime and violence in our cities. Almost 120 years after Du Bois' pioneering urban study in Philadelphia, we take a look at some interesting people. Some of them we call street stars.
If you come to the party, leave guns outside. If you come to the party, leave guns outside. If you come to the party, leave guns outside. If you come to the party, leave guns outside. Hey. Put away your gun before you shoot the wrong mind. Oh, you shot the wrong mind. Put away your gun before you shoot the wrong mind. Hey, you shot the wrong mind. Put away your gun before you shoot the wrong mind. Oh, you shot the wrong mind. Put away your gun before you shoot the wrong mind. Hey, you shot the wrong mind. Me jamming my music, please don't accuse me. Me jamming my music, please don't shoot me. Got my hoodie on, please don't shoot me. Me got my hoodie on. Wait, man, they need the shit out. They really mad that they gun tribulation. They want to stop me game, but I know how the shit gone. Me treat them like a 3-pointer, then I fake them. Then me go and fade them. If I on my wicked, keeping me pathway. Hey God, money hustle is a habit. And if me destined for greatness, and please don't be racist. And if I were out there, please don't mistake it. Me, when you come before you shoot the wrong man. Oh, you shot the wrong man. When you come before you shoot the wrong man. Hey, you shot the wrong man. When you come before you shoot the wrong man. Oh, you shot the wrong man. When you come before you shoot the wrong man. Hey, you shot the wrong man. There's a lady at the bus stop coming from a shop. Heard a gunshot, little baby drop.
Street stars are those with fame on the streets due to their exceptional talents in that world. Many street stars turn their lives around and become even more successful than they were living a street life. Theirs are the conversations that are missing when discussing solutions.
Like this. Make sure you're right. I done heard a lot of perceptions of what life is. From long roads to dark nights to raising kids. From gangbanging to taking it for what it is. To actors and showbiz, for models it's the runway. To those consumed by their jobs, it's every single Monday. For drunks it's a bottle, for gamblers it's the casino. For those who never do, it's life is have-nots. And when you're living on these streets, then your life is all you got.
This is Bobby. He moved from Atlantic Beach to Washington, D.C. for 10 years. There he was able to see another type of street life up close. So close he was shot in Southeast D.C. While there, he got a job in a trade he knew really well, and from there, he soared. He came back to Jacksonville a different person. He now consciously understands some very important issues from two sides. There are a number of ways that people can receive fame on the streets. Fighting really well, making a lot of money hustling, and for guys, having an exceptional ability to be able to attract girls. As a youngster, Bobby did not grow up poor, but he was attracted to street life, and he was able to attract a large amount of girls.
I was in Southeast Washington, D.C., and just standing outside, and some 4 guys rolled up in the burgundy Ford Explorer. And, you know, I really didn't pay them any attention. And as 2 got out, as they was walking up on me, before I can look to them, as one was passing, he fired a shot. Where he reached over, tried to put it to my chest, but he shot me in the shoulder and blew me off my feet, basically. But I spun around and started running, you know. And as I'm running through the alley, I can hear him breathing. So I'm waiting to get shot in the back or the back of the head or whatever, you know, and all of a sudden he disappeared.
Dinner time, and we ain't rich, we just fortunate. Gripping the wheel of fortune, I turn the wind. I love the night in the city lights. I live the feeling of the life when you feel alive. Yeah, they couldn't stop me even if I died. Cause forever my legacy will survive. And I'm on it till I can't no more. But until then, tonight, this is what I'm on.
This is the novel Wilson, aka Deaky Bird. He made a huge amount of money on the streets. He is now a successful businessman and top-ranked poker player.
December 3rd, 2004, the feds raided my house. I had just came back from Vegas, and when they raided my house, they kicked in the door, and they just went to searching. The search warrant was someone else they was looking for. So once they found almost $90,000 I had in a laundry basket, the female that I was with, they had her handcuffed. So when they found the $90,000, they was like, well, if it's $90,000 in a laundry basket, I heard the agent telling the other agent, we got to find out what's in this safe.
There are women that have incredible lessons to share with younger girls.
Trouble is so easy to get into, and it's hard to get out. Myself, I wasn't a bad child, but I made one wrong mistake, and it cost me 3.5 years of my life.
My thing used to be, I used to steal tractor trailers, those auto transporters loaded with BMWs and gas. I used to steal those kind of things, and I used to steal tractor trailers. I steal a tractor, then go steal a reefer unit and go load it with food products, and then go through all the poor neighborhoods and give it all the food away. Then get up to Elizabeth, New Jersey, or either to over in Laredo, Texas, and sell the tractor and the trailer. And they usually bring me anywhere from $50,000 for the tractor and the trailer, you know, each time I did it.
I really didn't learn until I really got broke, to the truth. When I got broke, I started saying okay, I'm ready to get out. I got 3-4 more years. I'm still in in the same spot that I left. Ain't learned nothing. Looking to wait to get out the cell door. I'm not educating myself. I ain't doing nothing.
It's sad because, you know, the guy that shot me, the guys in the neighborhood, they knew exactly who it was because they knew who the guys were looking for. And, you know, they killed the guy that shot me, and the guy that killed him, he was killed, you know, and all this happened within a month. So that was a sad part of it.
So when I opened up the safe, they asked me, did I know how much money it was? I said, yes, I know exactly how much money it is. So they said, well, take it all out. Take the jewelry and all out, put it all across the bed. So I laid across the bed. So they said, I hear them whispering once I start laying the money across the bed about who was gonna take this and how much money they was gonna split up amongst themselves and how much money they was gonna turn in.
I was in a club and I got in a fight with these girls. Well, not even a fight. I picked up a bottle and the girl nose came off and her cheek came off. So I went to jail and I ended up getting the 2 years of probation, but I violated and got the 3 years.
So they went to the head lady, and I heard her say, I don't want no money, I want that diamond ring. So they said, you serious? She said, yeah, I just want the ring. And y'all can get whatever cash y'all want, just give me the ring.
These are the agents, DEA agents.
These are the DEA agents.
I was 19, I had just turned 19. I was going with this boy. He had a baby, and his baby mother, she used to call my phone, play on my phone every day. I would see her every now and then, but when I would see her, like, she would speak and everything. And one day we was at a park, and she was with her friends, and she called more girls up there, other girls up there, and it was me and my sister and my cousin. And it was like, maybe, I want to say, 3 carloads of these girls, and it was just us 3. She wanted to fight me, so we fought. We got into a physical fight. She pulled out a gun on me, and I had a gun.
They said, well, the money got to come with us. So I said, well, I already heard y'all talk about where y'all gonna split up my money. So I'm gonna go take responsibility of everything that's in the house. So I went on and told them, hey, listen, y'all can take her out the handcuffs. Everything y'all found in this house is mine. So they took me. They still took their money. The agents, they had to produce the money that they had done took away. But what they did was they only put a certain amount. They put $290,000. That's what they were saying that they took. So now the government is like, where's the rest of the money?
And my sister told me to get in the car, and I got in the car. And when I got in the car, I fired a shot. And me not thinking, like, at the time, I just was trying to scare all these girls off. But when I fired that shot, a bullet went into somebody's house window. And when the bullet went into her house window, the lady house window, she was sitting on her bed when the bullet came in the window. And I got charged for everybody that was at that park and every person that was in that house. And I was facing 20 years. I was 19 at the time, and 20 years, like, I was gonna be doing more time than I was actually on Earth. And it was crazy. I mean, I couldn't even explain it.
They gave me the ring back, but they didn't give me none of the funds back.
How much was in the safe?
Like $400,000.
All cash?
All cash.
They humbled me a lot, you know, and I don't take life for granted, you know, as much as I did before, because I see how fast life can end, you know, just a slip like that, you know.
Judge Brian Davis is a federal judge appointed to the bench by President Barack Obama. He is from Jacksonville, Florida. He cares deeply about these issues.
Well, I grew up during the Civil Rights Movement, and the lawyers were in this community and around the nation at the forefront of that, of that movement. So I, as a youngster, kept my eye on them and what they did, their contributions to the community and the society at large. So I attribute much of my interest in the law as an agent of change and a possible profession of interest to me to the Civil Rights Movement and to some particular men in the community. Earl Johnson was a noted African-American lawyer who was active here in Jacksonville, and I certainly had him as a role model.
This is Miss Joyce Andrews. She is the type of foster care parent that all cities need. She's won many awards and has a stellar reputation for taking care of foster care children.
My kids are at-risk kids. The majority of my children come from programs. The reason I chose ones to come from programs is because the majority of people is afraid to bring the kids in their home from programs because they was, drug dealers, and I do take sex offenders, so a lot of people's afraid of that. But so far, I never had nothing happen at my home.
I began to think that a simple path might be to go on to college and get a career and find my way to middle class or perhaps upper class trajectory. That's what I wanted to do.
Paul Tutwiler runs a community development organization.
So for me, I wanted to go in some academic track. I went on to college at Memphis State University, and I thought that was going to be it. That was the simple plan. And I didn't really know what I wanted to be. I knew I wanted to be something.
Yeah, like north side, west side, south side. There's different hoods all over, different hoods all over. But these just separate from everything else. We stand out more.
This is Rashad, aka Smiley. Don't let the intelligent eyes and smile fool you. He is the CEO of a rap label and music crew that puts out hip-hop music that receives respect on the streets. Smiley is also the son of Bobby. Bobby once took him to the DC area for a change of scenery. Smiley says it matured him. Cut Circle videos have gone viral. You can pull up to a local gas station and hear their music playing in cars. Cut Circle makes respected street music in the face of high-pressure circumstances of the streets. A great trait in the business world, particularly in the music industry.
CP3.
Truck. Quelo. Quelo. Jimmy. Jake.
Tavon. Chajon. Take a look around, man. My brother.
Who are these cats right here?
These my two little brothers.
All right.
Yeah.
What happened to them?
Got killed. Got shot.
The tattoos are of Prosper and Tay. They were killed a few years ago.
Yeah, my little brothers, man. Yeah, man. Prosper Tay, you know what I'm saying?
This shit for real, man. Niggas got shot up and all, man.
Like this
you know what I'm
shit.
saying? War wounds and all like this bitch, man. You know what I'm saying? This ain't the way. You know what I'm saying? This shit real life. You know what I'm saying? This shit real life. Once it's over, it's over. I got homeboys that we ain't make it in here. You know what I'm saying? This shit here, I gotta carry this bitch around. You know what I'm saying? They got homeboys that ain't make it. You know what I'm saying? This ain't the way.
Niggas done died behind this shit, man. So we gotta make it out this motherfucker, brother. That's for sure.
Y'all, you new upcoming that wanna be gangster, y'all stay y'all ass in school, man, before y'all get killed out here, man. This shit real out here. Y'all don't wanna be a part of this shit, man.
Go to prison.
We ain't no game.
We ain't no game. We all family.
All family. Like a product of the environment. Yeah, man. Surround yourself around
trendsetters, man.
You know what I'm saying? That's what you gonna be. You ain't gotta be in the streets, man. You know what I'm saying? You start out early, man. Pick up the ball, man. Start picking up that gun, man. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, this shit gonna end one day. You know what I'm saying? You live by the sword, you gonna die by the sword. You know what I'm saying? So you just gotta know that. You know what I'm saying? Go to school, stay in school, do what you gotta do, graduate. You know what I'm saying? This shit here all second option, you know what I'm saying?
This ain't what you want.
This shit here gonna be here. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be here.
It's gonna be here when you gone.
You die, these streets gonna be the same.
The boy got that shit tatted in blood, so you know that means something.
Same thing.
We out here. Rest up to my brothers. A nigga ain't laying down. We out here. We ain't no fake niggas. We out here to get money. Fuck niggas hoes. Do all that. Do shows. Everything.
And that for sure, cut shit, nigga, slump shit, brick shit, man. We coming, nigga. Rest up, prosperity, nigga. Free Birdie, nigga. Free all the real niggas out that motherfucker, nigga. You know what I'm saying? We out east right now, nigga. On this side of town where it go down, nigga. Cut shit, nigga.
This is OG Quelo. He is Smiley's brother.
Adis. Lil Boots, that's my favorite rapper. He real. He
For sure.
Speak the real, man.
Boots and Boo.
Soulja Slim, he dead now. Rest in peace, Soulja Slim, he dead. Pop, you know what I'm saying? BG. All real niggas trick that, but Boosie. Yeah, got it. But Boosie, yeah, man, that's my favorite rapper. He got so many verses. He got a song called I Don't Know Sometimes, you know what I'm saying? And he say, how you come on? He say, when my niggas smile at me, do we smile because I'm iced up? Or I need to change my life up. When my mama crying tears, and she crying because I'm still here, she think I'm gonna get killed. When everybody in my money, it's all the business, or they taking something from me. I don't know sometimes. When everybody hate, so I know what he going through. And I compete real, you know what I'm saying? I compete fake. I just feel like he all the way real.
Well, that man on that fake, he ain't on no fake shit, man. Nigga fuck with Boosie.
And got into the rap thing, well, cause I know me personally, I ain't never rap. You know what I'm saying? I just started rapping, be at bro house chilling. You know what I'm saying? Cause it come from bro mama house. You know what I'm saying? Where everybody getting on the track doing what they can do, and it just end up blowing up. So now everybody trying to take it serious.
You ready?
All right, I'm ready.
If I could take it all back, wouldn't change too much of nothing. Same young nigga thuggin', same cartouche club, same 32 bust. That was my first pistol. And you know that bitch was rusted. Same 3rd Street days, when we was getting a nigga paid. Same Gilbert day, that's when I met Jamar's Wade. Same first AK that I had to throw away. We ain't looking at us, but like they feel like it's trouble that come behind it, so they really don't want to deal with us. So
they treat nigga like they NWA.
They scared. They think it's a gamble. Which, you know what I'm saying?
They treat nigga like they NWA or Wu-Tang.
We gonna get it out the mud though. You know what I'm saying? Cause God see how he gonna look though. So, you know what I'm saying? We gonna get it out the mud.
I'm taking a nigga life away. Wish I could change penitentiary days. Wish I would've got me a lawyer besides getting played. Let's take this shit back to church days. Mama knew I was gonna be thugging, no sense of getting saved.
We probably got about 200 songs out there.
But that's how I know you got a good chip.
It's a lot of songs. It's a lot of songs that ain't even out there right now.
Yeah, we got.
It's a lot of songs that we just know about that. You know what I'm saying? Ain't even been pushed. Cause like I say, we shit. It's the shit that we go through. That we doing, they doing behind our own money.
We did 200,000 on one video, another one got down there, another 200,000.
That's real shit, nigga. Same blood brother, nigga. Quato, that's my brother. Wish I knew he was gonna get shot, we would've been killed that nigga gutter. Same cocaine that made me bubble. Same hard times. Can't forget about the struggles. We want to be deep in the industry, rap industry.
To the top.
Yeah, all the way to the top, because rap game to change, and we want to get in the dope and show what's real, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of fake shit going on in the industry. We trying to open the real back up, so we trying to be heavy in the industry, get out the streets. I could bring Mango Time back and Tico back. Wish I could see you prosper, hugging Lil Jack. His mama tell you had a son bite. Roger with a left trap. And Stanley Peters murderer. That's real shit, nigga.
Cut Circle was full of talent. That was that song. That was that song.
All that shit, real shit, nigga. Y'all better believe that. That's I'm telling you, nigga. That shit murder play all day, man. Straight like that, there, no sleep. Straight like that, there, man. We out this bitch, man. Cut Circle. That's so.
Yeah. I'ma talk to you for a minute. We need the celery, accelerated salaries. You know it's either felonies or dollars earned hourly. Hitting artillery embedded in the calories. They know we gotta eat, so extinction is policy. I accept no defeat. That's my personality. The biggest nightmare is actual equality. What we have right here.
In the United States, the politically charged tough-on-crimes crusaders mixed with a private prison reality turned people into commodities. Selective enforcement and policing is the unspoken order of the day. Citizens make money off of other citizens losing their freedom. Law enforcement in cities all across this country cast a wide net in targeted communities, and the outcome is devastating. Raise your hand if you've been to jail or prison. Raise your hand.
Shit, almost it.
Jail or prison?
Most time in one setting I did 14 years. And then I did 7 years. So I gave away 21 years of my life.
And like I went to the Fed, I did like 10 and a half years.
Cause I was at a prison where we was escorted everywhere. It wasn't open compound. So you ain't doing nothing without somebody walking you where you're going. Child house, work, wherever, somebody's always escorted.
My first year of prison, my mom passed. And that was my means of support. So once she passed, I said, man, she left me like $30,000. So I said, man, I ain't got my mom. I got to do something to start making money. So I started gambling in prison. One of the worst things you can do when you're locked up.
I was actually in a boot camp, and we had to march everywhere. We had to stand in a single file line and march.
I went to prison 3 times. Stop right, tell them. I went to prison 3 times. Prison's like the army. You could be anything you want to be till your homeboy show up. Crazy.
I miss being able to come and go as I please, dealing with people or dealing with things. It's just my freedom, period. Yeah. Being able to do everything on my own.
I went to a game one time. It was a high-stake game in prison. This white guy was a millionaire, and I went and I won probably $2,300. That's a lot of money to win in prison. And then during this time, we had to smuggle cash money in, and he pulled me to the side, and he said, man, I'm gonna be honest with you. And he said, man, I don't want you to get offended by this, what I'm finna say. So I'm like, man, what you got to say? I don't know what's finna come out of his mouth. He said, man, I done gambled and played poker all over the country. He said, man, I haven't played against a black guy that can play like you. He said, man, when you get out, you need to go to Vegas.
So, I mean, I miss my freedom, and everything was timed. Like, you eat at a certain time. If you don't eat, you won't eat at all.
I went and educated myself. I had went and signed up for HVAC. That's Altamont Tech. That's a college that's through Jessup. I went through there and went to school in there. So I had completed that. So as I completed that, I re-enrolled in electrical wiring. Did that done, completed that, got all that done. So now I had made me like a little goal now. I'm saying I can see a little something better than those streets, because I'm wising up and getting older while I'm in prison.
I just feel like I was deprived of my womanhood going to prison.
So when I got out and I started making money, I started off going on the boats. And I seen that I was real successful going on the boats. So I took a flight to Vegas. And I won, my first time out of Vegas, I won $5,000 that day. So I said, well, man, that's pretty good. You know, so I went back the next day. I think I won $8,000. I would never try to be greedy. I always was content with winning the $7,000, $8,000, $9,000. Because I'm at tables where it's $30,000, $40,000 on the table. I'm not trying to win all their money. I'm just trying to win enough where I say, okay, I won $8,000, I'm good for the day. So I started getting in tournaments. And when I started doing good at tournaments, I said, well, man, I think I can play with the best of them. And right now today, that's part of what I do.
So the army ain't nothing like jail. I don't know what Flop talking about. Yeah, that shit is crazy. Boys, I'm gonna tell you. Just don't go there. Pray to God, young men and women.
Listen, man. I'm gonna tell you.
Jail is hell.
That nigga just left me motherfucking in the bottom. That nigga left me in the bottom, dog.
With that fuck shit, dog, you talking shit? My uncle didn't want his head, dog.
Go before it get hot. It's getting hot over here. Gotta know when to leave.
Two real riding. I seen some cold nights and bloody days. I seen some cold nights and bloody days. I seen some cold nights and bloody days.
Street life is in constant change. As one generation ages within or out of the life, there are always younger ones coming up. As people change, sometimes rules and how to communicate within that life change as well. A generation gap on the streets can mean a respect and loyalty gap as well. Respect and loyalty are important. The youngsters versus the cats now.
There's no loyalty and no respect. They don't even respect their own mamas and daddies now, man. Let alone their uncles and other people who actually been on the streets and been in the game who can tell them something. They got no respect for nobody. No respect, no loyalty.
Also, they have no principles. You know, when I come up in the streets, we got our money shooting dice, playing cards, tear taps and stuff like that. Wasn't no dope. The biggest dope you get was a matchbox full of weed then, you know? That was what happened. The only way you get money back then was straight from the muscle off with a job, you know. It just got a little bit easier when that crack came on the scene. That just changed the whole game plan, you know. I have no problem with the way a man gets money, but there's certain things, certain loyalty, and certain lines just don't cross with that, you know.
There was a pool hall within blocks of my home, and it was filled with colorful gangster characters, for lack of a better description, and it was actually a dangerous place. There were drugs and gambling and alcohol, something that children certainly shouldn't have been exposed to frequenting the premises on a regular basis.
I mean, when I first jumped off the porch, if you was on the corner, first of all, niggas, they sell dope on Sundays.
This is Weasel. He is what I call a hood connector. He knows everybody and everybody knows him. And Weasel is naturally funny.
Nobody sell dope on Sunday. Nine motherfuckers said these motherfuckers, you ran from the police, ran through alley, them old ladies let you run in their house. Them, sit down right here, baby. You know what I mean? So now they so disrespectful, they can't even get to church. I'm up in the middle of the street, splitting the blunt. So nighttime come, you go to run, as soon as you run the yard now, they got spotlights on. 99 about the old ladies police.
The strategy the dads in the neighborhood chose to keep me and my friends out of that pool hall was to purchase a used pool table and put it in the rec room, or what was really a garage, for us to in the backyard of one of their homes, to make sure they knew where we were, who we were with, and what we were doing.
There's so much money out here legally.
That's what I'm talking about.
You don't have to do nothing illegal.
That's what I'm talking
about. But if you don't know what to do, then how do you know? It ain't what you know, it's who you know.
But see, at the same time too, man, you know what I'm saying? Information is to be shared. If you got information, you're supposed to share that shit for these younger cats around there.
Well, that's what
I know.
I
At the same time, they got to be receptive to listen.
Exactly.
They got to be receptive to listen.
And they already know something bad got to happen to these cats now. And now, when something bad happen, shit, they do it double battle.
Yeah.
Like this shit going on across town. Okay, the dad's gonna be on the west side, the Mark's gonna be on the north side. Ain't gonna stop. For these young cats, man, only thing can save the young cats is God. Yeah. That's it.
That's some knowledge.
Me, you, Desert, Ernie, Eddie, Mr. C, we can't tell them nothing. Only thing can save them is God, man. What they don't know is, man, we losing all the way around the board. We black on black crime. Now we got the white man killing the black, even though they've been doing that. We got the white man killing the black man. Then we going to jail. Then we telling on everybody. But we killing ourselves.
I'm here to tell this truth. You actually do got the young boys who respect you, but like one of my fathers, ain't ashamed to admit it, they'll listen to me.
well, where you mess up at when they listen to me, and I turn around and do the same shit I just told them not to do.
Yeah. Yeah, then they lose respect.
Not respect.
They respect like, oh,
I'm a hypocrite.
Yeah.
Everything come out my mouth was 100% real. Anybody know I told you, I'm gonna tell you that. But where my percentage lose at, I turn around and do the same thing. But if you're gonna do it, I can tell you how to do it better. You know what I mean? If you're gonna do it, I can teach you how to do it better. I can teach you gotta be running around this. If you gotta go serve somebody with a pistol, you don't need to be doing it. You don't need to do business with them. Yeah, what? You can't beat your churn no more. Yeah, you can. You going to jail. Well, you don't know that.
You smart, but you can't spank your kid on 12 years old. You gotta get them when they're young. You can't start trying to raise kids.
First of all, I'm gonna tell you this deal right now.
Look at the man.
I got 4 girls, dog. I instilled the fear of God in their ass when they was this high.
Oh, you gotta get them
when they was this high.
Keyword.
And I ain't have no problems out of none of it.
But keyword, right? Hold on. Once they walk out that door, man, friends. Man, I grew up in church, bro. When I started hanging with my homeboy friend, I started robbing people. I started taking people's shit.
Well, you know, it's
and I was raised up in church.
It's another thing called being led by the influence.
This is the professor. Every community has their street cats who are beyond their years in wisdom. Oftentimes, they take the place of highly college-educated family and friends who decide to leave the community or not have much connection or communication with those on the streets.
You got to build these kids nowadays to be strong and to let them know who don't be afraid of being who you are. See, that's why it's a lot of these young boys getting these life sentences, 30, 40 years, because they were easily led and they didn't have nobody to tell them, hey, that ain't real.
Well, that ain't
real. See, athletes I deal with, my nephews, even my 6-year-old son, I tell them, if you got some partners, that's not what y'all on right now. These sports, these books, trying to make these good grades to get the fuck from around here, you just can't kick it with them right now. Because they not what y'all own. And if they don't get it that day, then God willing they get it someday.
You gotta keep giving it.
But you gotta keep giving it to them. Don't just tell them something and then be like, oh, okay, well this little nigga ain't listening, so I'm through with him. See, it's too much giving up on him. That's why a bunch of them getting life sentences now. Because too many people that gave up on these little kids. And we need programs. See, when they go in these little programs, I got some partners whose sons and nephews that have been through these programs. We ain't got nothing for these young boys when they come out. When I lived in Philadelphia, man, I'm talking about every block you go on, there's some type of community center, they got some type of tutoring in there for these boys. Man, I know 2 cats right now, between both of them, they did 35 years. Both of them are lawyers right now. 2 of the best lawyers in Philadelphia. It can happen, it's never too late, but it's too much giving up. It's too much giving up on these young boys.
There is not much talk in the field of criminology on how much street people prevent crimes from happening in the first place. There are always people on the streets working to guide very young and or talented members of the community away from the pitfalls of street life.
When we see them slipping and tripping and shit,
cause we know what they go through.
We see what it started from. Cause shit, you know what I'm saying? They gonna start from that start point, so nigga try to nip that in the bud. Then even if they got a father figure still put down on
a big brother role or something. You know what I'm saying? At least a man role that some of these little kids like. So, like we see them running around, they might curse whatever, do some shit, whatever they don't supposed to do. Nigga, get on them, but don't really get on them. But you know what I'm saying? Tighten them up a little bit, like your daddy, your big brother would.
As men, we can never fathom or imagine or know how this single mother feel raising a 15-year-old that want to be stuck in the streets.
Yeah, they go on the court and play basketball. Yeah, we still get on the court and ball.
Cause nigga know some of them ain't where they come from. They probably just got their mother, a single parent household, different nigga in and out and shit like that. Definitely, it be like that for a lot of young girls.
Now, if I see you out there and I know your mama and I got that green light, you know what I'm saying? See, it ain't enough for this.
Right.
You got that green light from mama, even if you don't, and you know this woman, if you don't go snatch his ass up, you just kicking him out there in those streets even more.
This shit out here is easy to get into, but this shit real hard to get up out of. Stay in motherfucking school, that's for sure.
Make that bed, you gotta lay.
And they getting that money out of them schools. You play a little sports, man. These dumb ass young niggas wanna play sports, wanna be in the streets too. That shit don't mix.
What about that single mama with this 15-year-old? You know, they got to turn that doorknob to walk out of at 7 in the morning and working doubles and don't get back, you know, in the house till about 11 midnight. And this 15-year-old know what time mama get off. He got plenty of time to go out here and fuck up.
If you guys see one of the youngsters that are playing ball and they're real good and they're hanging on the streets, do you talk to them or what do you say to them?
Yeah.
Ain't no sense to be around
Get on,
man.
Get on, man. You know, what you looking for a case out here?
You waiting on the drive-by or something?
You waiting on the drive-by. You
niggas want to see you go up there to different states playing football. You know what I'm saying? Niggas want to see you on TV. Want to see you doing good.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Big Eric. Eric Cobb, man. He gonna go all the way. South Carolina.
Who is he?
Big E.
This is Eric Cobb. He was raised with these guys. The reality of their relationship and love for each other is really interesting. We will come back to Eric later. Who is Big E?
Eric Cobb. He from out this way.
That's my brother. Boy. I think one of our homeboy too. I call him a brother too. We grew up with each other since we were little.
So what?
He going to school this year.
He was always gonna play basketball.
Y'all just don't see him because he about 6'9", 6'10", big boy.
He's on TV.
He's on TV.
He just left Baltimore. Baltimore came and got him from here. He went way to the house, finished his high school to Baltimore, man. So you know what
Eric Cobb. Eric Cobb. Y'all check him out.
WB Du Bois talked about the impact that belief can have on a community. The beliefs that law enforcement officers have will reflect itself in how certain communities are policed.
I have said with matches and carbines, some powder and some lead. Thinking about the life that I once led. I'll be prepared for the bounty on my head to the mountains I have fled. But the things that I have said with matches and carbines, some powder and some lead. Thinking about the life that I once led. 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 I'll be prepared with bounty on my head to the mountains I have led. For the things that I have said with matches and carbines, some powder and some lead. Thinking about the life that I once led.
You'd rather I slit my wrist than raise my fist
and bring your ass. Bring your ass. You know, this ain't no bullshit, none of this shit. I'm gonna talk to these JSO officers, man. I'm gonna let these boys here tell you. Listen, man, a lot of things that's going on in our neighborhood, dog, we can control. You know what I'm saying? We have to be able to police our own neighborhood to keep these boys here from coming in here and putting down on us. You know what I'm saying? Am I right or wrong, bro?
Yeah, they act like animals and they gonna treat them like animals.
Exactly.
Y'all ready? Y'all was waiting on
You act like an animal, you're gonna get treated like an animal. But we ain't animals, bro.
There was a time when a police officer had seen me, and I was doing a lot of wild stuff, and he could never catch me. And his name was Cato. He came and got me, said he was locking me up for trespassing. And when he put me in the back of the car, he didn't take me to the detention center or to the jail. He took me on the back road.
When I was about 14 years old, I actually, my next door neighbor was killed.
Up under the sight of God, would you arrest your partner that sits with you in your car? The same way that you would arrest an inner city kid that was charged for murder or murder someone. Would you arrest your partner? Is my question.
So I'm asking him where I'm going, and he told me, said, this your last day to live. So I said, oh, okay. So I see where he taking me at. He's taking me on the back road, and during this time, it was known for alligators and stuff like that. to be back there. So when we going, I can hear the alligators.
They were breaking into a liquor store in a snatch and grab kind of scenario. And of course, the police came to the public housing and were waiting for them to come through the wooded area with their stolen goods. And the policeman shot my neighbor, my friend.
Everything good you have done. It doesn't matter how much good you have done in your inner city. It doesn't matter how much good you have done in the hood that you're from. By not arresting that officer, all the good you have done is in vain.
He took me out the back of the car, handcuffed me. He hit me across the head with a little club. And he went to the trunk of the car, he pulled out a gun, put the gun to my head. And something told me to tell him that I was last seen with him. So that's what I said. I said, I was last seen with you, so they're gonna know if you killed me, that you did it. Everybody gonna know that you did it because I was last seen with you.
And he died. And at some point, being so close to the tragedy and really witnessing the effect on his family, my block, the area that I was so close to. We were almost like family for a long time. We grew together. We knew each other very well. I didn't want that to ever happen to me. Not the mischief part, but just understanding that there must be a better way. And as I began to try to think about what I wanted to be in life as a 14-year-old, slightly above adolescence, I began to explore new ideas about where I wanted to go, and certainly I didn't want to become like my friend.
So he had the gun to my head and he cocked it back and he was trembling with it, shaking with the gun to my head. And then he just hit me across the head and he went back to the car, grabbed the stick and put the stick behind my arms and just went to twist it. And during that time, I was just happy that he didn't pull the trigger. And then he just put me back in the car and took me to jail. That was a close to death encounter with the police.
There's no wrong and right, and there's no right and wrong. If your partner is wrong, you arrest him the same way you arrest this kid from the inner city. Excuse me.
Figure out what it's all about. This thing called love.
Because of the importance of the topic of marriage, we spend a great deal of time on this subject. The conversations are as interesting as they are funny.
A lot of people try to get married for the wrong reasons. That's why marriage isn't lasting at all. People get married to prove points to other people.
We know that marriage is good for bringing up children, right? It's good for the intellect of the child. It's good for also economics for a family. Why don't we get married in our communities and stay married?
I'm gonna go first on that one. Now, if I had me a woman about 50, 60 years old, yeah, I'd marry her. But hey, what goes on right now, these time of day, oh no, they got to have a hub, a side nigga, and the nigga who hitting that thing extra hard. Yeah. If she young, she might could be falling and up. Marriage is, these time of days, marriage is disaster.
What do you guys think about like marrying a person? Because a lot of times you got in certain cultures you don't have a whole lot of marriage, but then some cultures you do.
We too young for that.
I feel like marriage ain't right, man.
Ain't right. Somebody is like
get married.
Look, oh yeah, I forgot. He been tied in damn near 10 years. He's supposed to. Who you telling?
Right.
I'm 28. I ain't.
Yeah, me down. I'm gonna hold it down.
That's true. I got my whole knee down. I got my whole knee down.
I feel like
you
you
right,
could be.
cuz. Everybody don't come across something like that.
You could be with a girl. You could be with a girl for a long time, and then they shouldn't just make no. You gotta sign no paperwork. This is the same relationship.
Jay talking to you, man. One day you feel one way, man. Hey, man, that's Stevie right
I'm saying the love still gonna be the same, so you ain't got to sign no paperwork to be. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to sign no paperwork.
What you say, Big Daddy, get married, B? You'll get married?
Yeah, get married.
I mean, I'm saying though, I ain't saying I never.
Yeah, but I ain't. Marriage is something that you can't be a selfish person to get married. It's not gonna work. You know, a lot of people not willing to give, you know, over 50% of themselves to anything or anybody. So that's one of the reasons why marriage ain't successful.
When you say you love somebody, think about it like this here. If she was in a car accident today and she jacked up,
would you stay with her?
Would you stay with her? I see, that's love.
If you got a question,
that's love.
I think we should value it immensely, marriage immensely. 2 heads are better than 1, 4 hands are better than 2. I mean, the common sense dictates that having 2 parents is going to make child rearing less of a challenge. It's still going to be a challenge, but you've got more resources.
Some people don't get married because they done seen bad experiences. Some people scared to make that commitment. Some people don't want to accept responsibility. Some of the best husbands are guys that's been incarcerated. Being incarcerated, you learn to appreciate the small things. And it make you sit there and you just say, man, I just wish I had a woman I can just, give her a massage. I can do this. Guys that's incarcerated, they be waiting to get out to be able to do those type of things for women.
They really be about fame for real. That name. They just want to mess with that dude because what he got going on. They already know what he got going on, but his name ringing bells in the street. So they just want that title to be known for messing with him. That's what it be to me.
I want to get married. I'm going to say that I want to get married. Because at the end of the day, when I be...
What's it called?
I feel like, bro, I feel like, bro, 75 years old, I feel like my wife
you gonna love each other the same whether you married or not. That shit just a law. That shit just a law.
Yeah, she like, no, what you what? She ain't got no... She got to run over the sun. Yeah, man.
You never know, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking like that now. I might change my mind, but I don't believe in marriage, though. I don't.
Man, the lifestyle we living right now, it's hard to see. But you still got some loyal people out there, man.
You know, people get married for the wrong reasons, but it's important. You know, if you have a mate that you really love, you know, when you get married, your blessings come from marriage. You know, I've been blessed since I've been married. You know, there's struggles, but if you with a real mate, you know, she's gonna stick it out with you through thick and thin. And so that makes it a little bit better for you if you're with somebody that can withstand the struggle.
I'm a native of Jacksonville, Florida. I was raised by 2 parents, both of whom worked outside of the home, both of whom had basically 2 jobs during most of my lifetime. I like to consider myself as economically poor but spiritually rich as a child. Went to public schools here in Jacksonville. Was active in a church life as a result of my family's faith that has become my faith now. And I think I had an enriched childhood for a number of reasons, but the most important reason has to do with the people who were involved in my life.
My opinion is, if you're not in tune with your soul,
you don't need to marry nobody. Nobody. Because if you're not in tune with your soul, you're gonna fall. You can like if I'm not in tune with my soul and I walk in the crossroads, the first thing I'm gonna think is, which chick I'm gonna take out of here to fuck tonight. Right. That's a dude that's not in tune with his soul. But when you're in tune with your soul and you love your woman unconditionally, you ain't gonna be a stripper. You can stand. You can stand in the midst of the baddest bitches when you're in tune with your soul. See, I think a lot of people in this generation are getting married out of infatuation. Yeah. They don't know the difference between infatuation and love. No, you don't love him or her. You in love with what he or she do for you. Right. Or the you in love with this money he spent on you. These Michael Kors purses he bought for you. Yeah. This vet he bought for you. You know what I mean? You don't love her. Her coochie good. Her ass fat. This your trophy. But you ain't winning that one championship. But you know
how I feel about marriage myself. I mean, I don't know. I don't want to be married. Not right now.
I believe dope boys, street dudes probably pick that woman, the baddest one that everybody want, cause she the one like she don't mean you no good. She gonna let you do what you want to do. And the reason why, we'll try to marry her, because we think it's all sweet. But the woman that's right there saying, like, you need to get out in the streets, you need to go to school, we don't want to hear that, because that's like being a mama. So we don't want none of that. We want that chick that's idolizing what we doing, because we blinded, and like saying, yeah, baby, you doing that, they gonna make you feel good, they gonna do anything you want, you ain't gotta worry about, like, her checking your phone, or you ain't gotta worry about nothing. As long as you spending your money on her, she happy.
Man, shit, ain't nothing wrong with man. That's just like bro said, man. That's just like a law, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But it's the right way to do. But
ain't no quick shit.
But the law's still the same though.
I wanted to deal with a certain kind of guy because he was hot in the streets and he wasn't good for me at all. I also had a guy that was good for me, but I overlooked him because I consider him as being lame. But now, do I regret it? Yes, I totally do.
The reason why a lot of us aren't getting married, because number one, the roles have reversed. A lot of men wearing panties and a lot of women wearing boxers. So that's number one. You got them coming in there, they want to wear the pants and the boxers. You can't do both. You know what I'm saying? So then you got that. Everybody want to be a boss, but don't nobody know how to take orders. You know what I'm saying? Before you can be a boss, you got to take orders. You got to come from somewhere. Also, you got to be able to compromise. You can't compromise and you can't communicate, you ain't got nothing. And it don't matter if you black, white, green, purple, or yellow. It don't matter what color you is. If you ain't got no communication, no trust, you ain't got nothing in no relationship. A lot of women want to be in relationships because they want that thing tapped on a regular basis. That's the only reason they want to be in a relationship. It ain't because they're in love. Love is an emotion, man.
My mother, father, grandmother, godmother, extended family members were constantly instilling in me my ability to do and to achieve whatever I put my mind to. And in addition, and creating opportunities for me to test that reality, and being there to pick me up, brush me off, and put me back on the path if I stumble and fell, which I did.
I had won like $20,000, so I bought a pair of ostrich and gator shoes, and I bought an ostrich jacket, and it all came out to like $12,000. And I never got a chance to wear that stuff. She took it to Atlanta, and she sold it. Before I even got sentenced, I said, oh, so you done sold my jewelry, you done sold my ostrich and all that stuff? So I said, okay. So when I came home this time, I bought 10 pairs, and I posted it. And I thanked her for giving me that inspiration to show her I got it again. But I got it the right way this time. So I ain't got to worry about you, and thank you for my motivation. So
We need to get back to the old days, man. You know what I'm saying? When you turn 70, 80 years old, you've been married 50 years. You know
Why is that not happening now?
Because I feel like they got the what's the word, bro? They ain't in their feelings. Cause I know they done cheated on each other, but they know at the end of the day that's who they love and that's who they want to be with. So sometimes you gotta man up and you know you do wrong. You gotta be able to accept this shit, cause you know what I'm saying? Shit go both ways. You ain't the sharpest motherfucker in America. You know what I'm saying? It's always gonna be somebody sharper than you, a little bit more playeristic than you. You know what I'm saying? But if y'all stick it in, you know what I'm saying, work it out, I think it'll last.
You know, sometimes a guy can be locked up and he can be in a relationship with a woman and he hears so much about what she done did that was so much against the grain to where once he get out, he don't really want to have too much to do with her. For instance, when I had got incarcerated with the feds, the female that I was dealing with, I took money and I moved her to Atlanta, and she's supposed to have got a house in Atlanta, you know, and held little things down until I came home. Well, she jumped ship. She didn't even hesitate with it. And, you know, I respect what she did, you know what I'm saying, because it made me a better person. And it taught me some things. I wasn't bitter about it, you know. When you live in that type of lifestyle, you can expect it, because I seen it done to many a dude.
We chill like we usually chill, right? Last night, I swear it's about 6. What'd you say, about 6 or 7 more, bro? 8 ratchets got out of one Charger. One Dodge Charger last night. Man, was they ratchet.
Yeah, we do got some ratchet.
Man, she had on a jersey, jersey dress. I ain't seen one of them since 04.
Everybody got a little ratchet in them, though. So.
The children around the city, as all children, are relatively competitive. So I had to step up and stand up in that environment. So I credit much of my personality, its strengths, if you want to characterize them as that, my belief in myself, to family, friends, and extended family who took the time to demonstrate their concern and care for me.
The one that's telling us, right, I know everybody got that one that'll say, hey, you don't need to do this, but we want to bat her down. But I guarantee that same person that was kept telling you that was right. I'm telling you from experience, because I had that same person writing me that I kept batting down. She the only one was writing me, and I was like, dang. She said, see, I'm with you when you ain't got nothing. It wasn't no money or nothing. She said, I ain't love Big Keith, I love Keith.
So a baby doesn't mean marriage?
Huh?
A baby doesn't mean marriage.
You hear what I just said? He the only one. He the only one telling me to get married, ain't it?
A whole bunch of thoughts. You locked in when you got a baby, man. So it's something like that. But it's really not, though. Because that don't.
I'm doing it now.
You tied in when you got that jit.
Yeah, that's the only thing. You tied in, but shit. That's it, really.
We gonna be, so it's like marriage, like you said, because it can be your life the rest of your life.
Yeah, shit. That make you married too, don't it?
If you meet a young lady and you in the streets and she ain't in the streets, she gonna either do one or two things. She gonna either accept it or she gonna do anything. She gonna say, if you wanna be with me, this is what you gonna have to do. And if he really wanna be with her, that's it. That's what he gonna do.
But see, vice versa. Hold on, that vice versa question though. Yeah, the vice versa. You gotta because really you gotta keep it 100. If I go tell a female, this is what it is for me, I stay out all night. I like if you hustle at night, you work at night, this is what I do. I'm a night dude. She got one or two choices. She can either accept it or keep it moving. Yeah. Now if you go in a relationship with false pretenses and this woman don't know what the deal is, you got 4 or 5 bricks in your house, and the police come, and you got 2 kids there, and they tell us, oh, we finna take your children. Guess what she finna do? She finna tell us. That's what anyone. Guess what she finna do? Anyone.
Let me talk about these hookers first, right? Really, man, when you into that fast life, I mean, we call it our woman, whatever, but man, if you really think about it, and no disrespect to the woman per se, but man, you want a hooker, and that's all they be. And to be truthful about it, I don't care how fine and how pretty they are, Cause you made me think about this girl I was dating named Charlotte. Man, she didn't care whether I had anything or not. She was always there with me.
Yeah.
I met this other super fine thing, wasn't nothing but a hooker for me. But I loved her. Wanted to give her everything. And as soon as it was gone, she was gone. But the thing that made me learn is something you said, D. The thing that made me learn is when it was gone, man, look here, man, she broke my heart. Right. Because for some odd reason or another, she played the game so well, and I wanted to be that way. I really made myself love her in a way like she was really sincere.
Get what? She got to be in the street, but I'd rather have me a street woman. Knowledgeable. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Baby, I definitely want you to work. I don't want you out here hustling. I want you to work, but at the same time, I want you to know these streets. Yeah. Know what time it is with me. When my phone ring, I got to go. I want you to understand that. A chick who work, man, if she get home at 5 and cook dinner, you ain't there, ain't eat that plate. Well, she gonna make you plate.
Oh boy, you gonna
everything will be good. It's but you gonna pay for that plate. Yeah. You gonna pay for that plate.
I really believe that she loved. She had love for me, but you know, it only goes so far when you in the streets. You know, she wasn't in love with me. She was in love with what I was doing for her. And you have to separate that when you're in the streets. You got to really say, is this woman in love with what I do for her? Is because I'm getting her hairdos and I'm being able to provide for her this way? Or do she love me? Do she really love me?
You got more men staying home from work now. And women going to work.
I'm gonna tell you, I got a name for it. A man taking order from a woman. A woman taking order from a woman. It's an acronym. It's called the Cook, Gossip, and Clean Program. That's what it's called. That's what it's about. The CCG program.
I got a question, but the women. I got a question for y'all. I got a question about this marriage thing.
You're gonna do all that.
I got a question. If there was no such thing as divorce, would people still get married? What I mean by that is, if you married that woman, they got a law saying you can't never, ever leave her. Because me personally, I think a lot of people got married because they know they can get up out of it. If there wasn't no such thing as divorce, if you got married, and that's a woman you can be for the rest of your life, a lot of people wouldn't even get married.
I used to have a guy named Punky P, God bless the day. He was from the east side of Jacksonville. And back in the days, he was, you know, pretty successful in the game. And every time he seen me, when I came into the club, he would always make his way over there to me. And he'll always drop a jewel in my ear. And he told me one time, he said, Bird, he said, you see these females at the table because I got all these bottles on the table? I said, yeah, P, what you talking about? He said, man, listen, you women don't love Punky P. These women love what Punky P doing for them. And that always stuck with me. So when it finally happened to me, I just accepted it. And it made me a better person.
That's why I say when I get back to saying like a woman maybe like 50 and over, because the women that's raising up now, I'm born in 84, so I'm gonna go back from like 1970 to 89. You know what I'm saying? Like you say, they motherfuckers don't all take orders. They want to be the chief, the president, the CEO, and you wearing the panties. Women now try to take more control over the man than let the man take control of the woman.
It's the decisions that we make by being in the streets, because it could be a businesswoman. And she said, well, man, I see this dude here, man, even though he in the streets, he got his thing together. I think I can get with him and I might get him up out the streets because I like the way he carries himself and I like the way he handles business. But us living that street, like we don't want to accept that challenge from a strong-minded woman. We want the weaker woman that's ready to do whatever we say do. Hey, let's take a trip to Miami. Come on, let's go. The businesswoman gonna be like, well, when we going? Well, baby, we just can't up and just plan it like this because I got a job.
I did get married one time, but she made me want to marry nobody else. Hey, I've been divorced for like 20 years. Now, I'm saying that I want to get married, but it's like you was on the right side this time.
Right.
You know, I don't need a woman that need me for anything other than for me to love her like God want me to love a woman. And I don't want a woman that I need for anything but for to do the same.
How significant a difference is it whether a child was raised with a father? Go, Kiwa. Look.
You go.
Your time to rap, Kiwa.
Yo, we made it up out of dope spots. No more chopping rocks on cutting boards or water that's being poured. I can't afford to jeopardize the enterprise or let my daughter turn 5 and I ain't by her side. I got a lot of pride and I refuse to let it get me beheaded. Y'all said it and give God the credit, cause that time.
Take care of your responsibilities. Whatever you do, you know you gotta be responsible out here. If you do something out here, whether it's you do a crime out here, make a baby out here, be on a job, whatever you do in school, whatever, you know that you gotta be responsible. And especially like a young son or something, you gotta teach your son that coming up, it's kind of hard for a black man to be in society nowadays where they try and make it hard. Sometimes we make our own bed, but sometimes they make it hard for you. So you got to try and teach your children to stay in school and try and finish school and try and provide for itself.
My father, for example, played a critical role in my life in just establishing for me my sense of manhood.
Everybody growed up, everybody ain't grow up with their daddies and shit, so you know what I'm saying? That's the most important thing them boys do. Spend time with their kids daily, you know what I'm saying?
To the extent that there is a father figure in the home, that sense of what it means to be a man in this culture will be communicated more easily and thoroughly.
A lot of you girls like to use them churn against you.
That'd be bad.
You know what I'm saying? When we ain't on good terms with y'all want to make it hard for us to have our churn.
But you know what we missing though? You know what I mean? You know what's really the problem is, we really missing one nobody except it. Ain't enough black school teachers, black males teachers in school no more. You know, everybody say they need a role model. You missing the black male in school, in elementary school, and middle school. Right? Only time you can see a black man, he gonna be the football coach or the boy. You ain't no black male school teacher. No, ain't no man at home. But if you get that child to school, his day may gonna look better if he can see somebody like him that's teaching him. You know what I mean?
Being a father is being in your child's life and raising them to do right and try and guide them in the right direction. So when you end up dying or when you end up getting old, that they can take care of themselves and they can teach their kids how to come up in society.
Yes, they got me locked in this one little solitary room. It totally feels like the end, but little did I know it's where a new life would begin.
The person coming home from prison and the person coming home from college. How much love does one get over the other? In too many communities, we have the person that goes to prison, he get money on their books, he get visits, he get the letters. When he comes out of prison, he gets the royal treatment with the parties. Meanwhile, the person in college broke as a joke, done left the neighborhood, broke as a joke in college. He don't get nobody come visit. He don't get the party when he gets the BA or the master or the law degree, right? He don't get the letters. He don't get any of that. And young people look at that and they look, and who are they going to want to be like? The one that you give the most importance to, right? The person that's going in and coming out of prison. Let's talk about that.
I know people that's been in prison. I know people that's been in college, family and friends, and it's the same, white and black. It's the same. When you're off to college, you basically is on your own. But when you're in prison, if you got your people that really love you, they're going to send you your money. They're going to come and visit you and stuff like that. I don't think they notice. I don't think they notice what their actions is really doing for them. Because I didn't even notice. And I'm a person that's not been in prison, and I ain't all my people, but I had people for real that's doing all that. But I know people that was going to school and ain't nobody doing nothing. Nobody's even caring about them.
majority of the black males, the numbers could be lower because the streets probably get a hold to more of the males versus the females. Young guys in the neighborhood with aspirations, you know, can play ball good or what have you, and they're college material. But they may take a liking to what they see on the block. During the process of graduating and finishing school, and they may go that route because that's putting money in their pocket versus a struggling student that has a dream of getting money on the back end. You know, a lot of people don't have patience, they want it now. So they'll choose to go the other route, and then that's how a lot of them get caught up.
I think what he's asking is, why is it that this guy that's doing a 5-10-year bid in prison is getting more love. Like this, let's just say the same people that know this guy in college, know this guy that's in prison. Yeah. You know, and believe you me, like I said, I deal with a lot of boys in college athletes. A lot of these boys be dead broke in school. I know one right now who was sleeping on a friend of his. He was playing cornerback for a school, but he didn't have nowhere to stay. You know, and I think God brought him into my life. You know, and every now and then I send him money. You know, to go get him a hotel. You know what I mean? To eat. You know, and this guy in prison, we're not gonna say that it's over for him or her. But why don't we do the same thing for a lot of these boys and girls that's in college? I think some of us think that they've made it. They've made it. They've made it. Even when they walk across that stage and get that degree, they haven't made it yet.
Many of my friends who didn't go on to some form of trade or military or college, they succumbed to the streets. Many of them are no longer with us. They've simply died, or they're in jail. And so it seems like the less education they got, the worse their life turned out.
I think we need to get some of these females and some of these dudes that's in college to come right here and tell everybody what they really go through in school. Yeah, but then, you know, it's tough because it's a lot of these boys and girls that's in college that can't really focus in those classrooms because they in their classrooms and they thinking about, damn, how am I eat tonight? Where am I going to stay tonight? You know, just because you hear the word scholarship don't mean they got no full ride 4-year scholarship. A lot of them working odd jobs out there. Some of them in these universities selling pills, weed to eat. They got to do what they got to do. They're going through the same thing a lot of these so-called street niggas around here going through. But they're trying to further their education. Why won't we put money on their books?
I lived in DC or Maryland. You know, there's a lot of young guys that are going to college. You know, and it's hard to say because they celebrate people getting out of prison, and that's all good. You know, but why not celebrate these kids that's going to college? You know, that's more of a success story. You know, this person here, chances are slim that they're gonna go get killed or, you know, go to jail. So we should celebrate them more and help them more.
Because I know 2 guys right now, they got master degrees. They got master degrees and can't find a job to save their life. And this on the side of the coin. And you know what? Both of them got records, but that don't negate the fact that they're intelligent. You understand what I'm saying? Now, when they was in college, is when they got their records. They was dead broke. You know what I'm saying? They had some homies back home. And they knew how to put their hands on some work.
This place down here is designed for a young black male, as soon as you turn 18 years old, they're gonna try to catch you with a case, because that's gonna eliminate two things that's very important, and that's, you know, your right to vote and your right to bear arms. So if they can get you with some type of felony at an early age, you know, they have you right where they want you.
See, when you locked up, you're gonna get you eating better than some of these people, some of these girls and boys that's in college. But when you locked up, they have to give you 3 meals. In college, they don't have to feed you shit. We already gave you this scholarship. They don't have to feed you a damn thing. So a lot of them can't focus in these classrooms because they mindset on how I'm gonna eat tonight. That's why you see a lot of these boys come back like, damn, why so-and-so back? What, you got in trouble? Nah, man, just some things happening. He's embarrassed to tell you that he, you know what I'm saying? He didn't have enough money. He flunked out because, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. He in class, tired, falling asleep, can't get the lesson, that bus suds, all that at this restaurant he was working at, and he can't focus in class. He done flunked out. Yeah. You know? So these dudes that's right here, you know, making all this money, you know what I mean? Why don't you put, you know, just start a little fund, you know what I mean? And if you got a family member, a friend, your homeboy daughter, your homeboy son that's in college, you know what I mean? Be like, hey man, you know, they got this fund over there, you know, at Miss Gale Center. Go on over there and get you $100, $200 out of it and wire it to Jacob or Jill.
Surround yourself around snitch niggas, that's what you gonna be. It don't matter how much money you got with me. You know what I'm saying? If you told those niggas, I don't respect your money, I don't respect your mama, I don't respect your kids. You know what I'm saying? I wish they died, this bitch.
What is and what is not snitching? How a community views law enforcement and its legitimacy within the community can dictate how and who will report crimes, and which crimes. Reporting a crime can be dangerous on the streets as well as within the ranks of law enforcement. On the streets, it is called no snitching. Within law enforcement, not snitching is called the blue wall of silence. What is snitching and what's not snitching?
Snitching when you're doing something illegal, you know illegal things going around you, then you get caught, and then you want to tell something, it has nothing to do with nobody else.
Snitching, man, when you can't man up to your own, or you get jammed up for something, and tell the people what you know, to free you, you know what I'm saying, get your homeboy fucked up, just to save you for the fame or whatever, your girls or whatever like that.
They make what junior high, and you know, if we back in the back, and the principal come out and the principal catch one of us, and he say, hey man, they got us, man, come on out from behind the tree. They got you, man.
I mean, we got caught still at pick a say. I think that was Timmy Della first triple telling. We got caught still at pick a say. I'm way about a Hot Wheel car. He trying to get a race charge. Come on, man, they got us. They got you. You can wait your whole lives. They got us.
God should punish you for that. You know what I'm saying? You a fuck nigga. You know the consequences out here in this street shit. So don't jump out here. You know what I'm saying? To try to tell, to get back to your kids or your hoes, your cars, your jewelry, any little thing. That's that fuck nigga shit.
But what is not is snitching is you see another motherfucker raping a child or beating an old woman. Killing somebody that they don't have nothing to do with nothing, then you supposed to say something. That's not snitching.
Ain't snitching is I can get caught for some shit he did, and I ain't gonna say a word. I'm gonna take that charge. That's how I get raised up. You know what I'm saying? Don't tell them Christ nothing. Really, just tell them you don't speak to your lawyer, anything like that. Don't give them no type of leeway. You know what I'm saying? Don't keep your mouth closed. Stick to the code, man.
And we can get them in sizes ranging from 19 inches to 48 inches. Anything bigger than that is going to be for an adult.
want solutions. If you're not, if you're not, no, hold on. There it is. Yes, there is solutions. Wait a minute. Yes, there are solutions. You know why? A lot of us feel like there's no solution. You know why we feel like there's no solution? Because we are too involved in part of the goddamn problem. Until we start being vocal about solutions and willing to sacrifice your life, your solutions, you're gonna be a part of the problem.
Us guys that's from being in the streets, we have that heart. We have that ability to see that these guys really want to change. You know, we know how to approach these guys. You know, we know how to feel their energy. To know if this guy trustworthy, is this guy gonna be there on time? You know, that's what this city needs.
Yes, they can reach out to folks that are taking the wrong turn and try to have them share their experience where the child realizes they have choices to make. And life is a series of choices, and there are bad choices, there are good choices, there are consequences. You know, a lot of times we're missing what I call the value transfer system, and especially if the family has deteriorated in these at-risk communities. That lack of transfer is very costly.
To really speak truly on what's going on out here, you got to be out here. You have to live it. You know, not just sit back and watch the news and then have input and so much to say. You got to actually be out here to know what's going on.
Oh, no, Opio. Come over here, Opio. I'm gonna tell you about solutions. He know what time to jump. Ain't no solution.
I relate to people like me. I think that it's important to understand that if you have been in the streets and you understand the streets are within you.
Hey, your solutions don't mean shit. Yo vote, a black man vote don't mean shit. You can go down there and vote. You can go down there and protest. But when them crackers come, they word is the final.
I really believe that street stars are possibly among our most effective tools in trying to turn children's lives around. Anyone who can say, I've been there and done that, and survive that is going to be in a better position to understand and to persuade and to guide those who might be subject to the same sort of pitfalls.
Your solution is nothing.
This is why. That type of mentality is the reason why we will never a solution will never come to pass.
You have to come real with the youth, you know, because they're out here, and if you haven't lived it, they're not even going to really give you an ear to what you have to say. You know, they have to feel you and can relate to you in order for you to get anything across to them.
And if there are organizations that can try to insert the opportunity to transfer values for life, values for education, values for upward mobility and prosperity and secured housing and family, all those things come together to paint a better picture for our city.
That's why you have a lot of pastors that don't have a lot of success with dealing with the youth, because they really not out here. You know, it's easy to come suited up on a Sunday and speak on issues, but the pastor is the first one I look for to be with boots on the ground in the community when something happens, because you coming in the neighborhood, you know, you're asking for money, you're giving a word, but when the real issues in the neighborhood come up, you're not out there. So it's really no different than a drug house. You come and taking money from the neighborhood and you're not putting back.
Struggle continues. Remembering what we've been through. What is you? Understanding self is essential. The power to speak.
This organization sits directly in an economically neglected part of town. It went from an idea to a real and live organization doing crucial work.
Northwest Jacksonville Community Development Corporation, whose mission is the restoration of the community.
Paul is the kind of guy that talks about the problem and then gets up and goes out and solves them.
This is North Point Town Center, one of Northwest Jacksonville CDC's premier developments. It's really intended to bring jobs and services to a community that hasn't had this kind of development in decades.
Many of these communities were at one point successful. This is where the doctors, scientists, teachers, entertainers, and business owners lived. The poor lived there as well. Government neglect, aging, and increased poverty over a long period of time are but a few factors that community development organizations must take into consideration when working to improve large swaths of city blocks.
What makes a community development corporation, also called a CDC, important? It's born from the citizens who live there. We create a small business and we plan what we want to have in our own community. And we recognize that we must do something about the vacant properties, whether they be boarded or just simply vacant lots. I define success as preparedness and opportunity intersecting. So where we can prepare ourselves, and if we get that chance, we can do anything successfully.
Joyce Andrews is an award-winning foster care mother. Her reputation is well known. Joyce is well loved by the many children she has kept over the years, and rightfully so. She is also respected by other foster care parents. Many of them seek her advice.
We get money. I give them money every day, and on the weekend, if they do their chores, I give them extra money, you know. So, and plus, they have cell phones. I give them money because I don't want them to go to school and be selling drugs, you know, because they lost a lot of drugs in the school system. So I give them money so they don't have to do that. If a kid ain't got no money, it's not cheap to come and take this bag to the corner and give you $50. They're gonna take that bag to the, you know, to the corner, because $50 is a lot of money to a kid who don't have nothing. Okay, so we're gonna stop that. Okay, these kids need jobs. That's why the crime is so high. There are not enough jobs for them. You have got to accommodate these kids, keep them busy. You know, most of my children, they be on probation. I have never violated a kid. But first, you got to, when you bring them in, they got to feel like they want it. You have to make them feel that they want it, that you're a parent to them. They don't call me mom. My son don't want to call me mom. They call me auntie. You know, so I tell them, call me auntie or Miss Andrews. You have to treat them that, you know, like they're your own kids. And you have to gain, you know, gain that rapport, that relationship with them. Hey, you can talk to me anytime. I'm here for you. You know, we're a family. One time, I had 4 kids to graduate from high school, 4 boys, and all 4 went to prom. They finished college. You know, they have good jobs. They turned out, you know, great. And one of my kids, he still lives with me. He works for one of the agencies, with the department. He works for one of the agencies. He's in the master's program because, as you know, foster care kids, if they are in a foster home, they do go to college free, and I think the adopted kids go to college free also.
We finna do this. Hey. We finna do this. Been through it all.
Several cities have put in place ideas that have shown promise. One such program is targeted at residents who are at high risk for violence or victims of violence. Instead of targeting them for prison or waiting for them to die or kill each other, this program pays them a stipend to receive mentorship and to participate in behavioral therapy and other programs. If they fulfill those obligations and stay out of trouble, they get paid. The amount of money they get paid depends on the amount of participation. Payment can be over $1,000 a month. Richmond, California experienced a significant reduction in violent crime after implementing this idea.
and set my family straight. Mama doing great, got a house out on the lake. I'ma make this money until money don't make. I see it clearer than high definition. We finna do this, this is my premonition. Wanna know what realism, the definition. Been through it all.
On the other side of the country, Washington, D.C.'s City Council decided to follow suit and voted to implement this program as well. In the early 90s, D.C. was once dubbed the nation's murder capital.
Last time to grind, last time to put on, time to get to the money, hey!
The political will is not always there to put money behind preventive measures. This is why politicians often have to usher in these types of ideas after a tragedy has occurred. The Jacksonville Journey program, for example, was implemented following the shooting death of a little girl. The political climate was then created whereby Mayor John Payton was successful in securing the funding for this holistic approach to decreasing crime and violence in the city.
The Jacksonville Journey was really a program that we established when I was in office to significantly reduce the violent crime in Jacksonville. We were having the unfortunate distinction of being the murder capital of Florida, and there were a lot of innocent children being killed in crossfire, and I think we really were looking for a way to get in front of the crime versus just reacting to the crimes. Incarceration alone, for violent crime is, about $30,000 a year. The taxpayer funds that, and that was one of my arguments to the city. A lot of people would say, well, look, I don't want tax dollars to go toward raising someone else's children, and I said, well, look, you've already stuck with the bill. When we have violence in this community and we have kids being incarcerated, it's very expensive, and the taxpayer funds that. Why not get in front of the problem before there's tragic loss of life and unnecessary cost, and try to make a difference that way? But the economic implications of having a city that is defined by violence, it can be devastating, and no one wants that. So we owe it to ourselves to try something, and Jacksonville Journey was that effort.
Yeah, so I got recruited to play football out of Boulder, out of Fairview High School in Boulder at the University of Southern California in Los Angeles. I got drafted second overall by the Jacksonville Jaguars. At that time, we're an expansion team. It was going to be the first year they ever played football here in Jacksonville, and I was the first overall pick. And what a great experience and opportunity that was, coming to a place that was so excited for us to be here and to be the first guy chosen.
Many organizations participated in the Jack's Journey program. Some were focused around children, like this one, run by former professional football player Tony Baselli.
The foundation is called the Baselli Foundation. It's something my wife and I started it back in 1995 when we got drafted by the Jaguars and moved here to Jacksonville. Our focus has always been around kids and education. Probably, 8 or 9 years ago, we went from a grant-giving organization to a program-centered organization, and we focus right now all our energies and all the dollars we raise on we have our own after-school program. We have 2 sites, work with about 100 kids a day during the school year, after-school programs, and then during summer for a 5-week period, we have about 125 kids we work with for a 9-hour period a day. We're going to teach these young people that if they work and make good choices, and they're given the opportunity to do it, just like the person next to them, that hard work and good choices will lead to a positive, not all the time, sometimes stacked against you. But you know what? You can look yourself in the mirror and say, I did everything I was supposed to.
Duffel bad boys, real brutal guap getters. Tonka toy coders, real night mob villains. These streets is hella wicked, man, these babies need to hear me. The cowards kill my mama.
And then there are those street guys who possess special talents. There are many nonviolent offenders that should never receive any jail time and are better on the streets than they are in prison. One such local guy is Larry Andrews, aka LL, aka Birdie. He is serving a 14-year sentence for selling cocaine. His absence since his 2014 sentence is felt.
I go in stores, I see little guys that's grown up and they remember me from being with him. They start me, say, I remember him. He got me my first pair of name brand shoes. He bought me Christmas feed. He bought me and wasn't even related to him, but because he knew his father got locked up, he done bought Christmases, he done did a lot of stuff for people, so his absence did hurt a lot of people.
I know what to say to their children, what they would have said to their children.
He was still, you know what I'm saying, thuggish, but he made sure they knew, you know what I'm saying, what was right and what was wrong. And them people did what was right, and he helped them do what was right.
He was them at one point. You know, he lived the life that they lived, so he understand. He got into what he got into because his mother was a single mom. He had no father around. He had no role model, nobody to show him, and he was poor. That was a way of him getting the nice things that the next person's got. That's all he knew. So he can relate to them. He tried to get them to not go that route because that's not, you don't need that. You don't have to do that to be rich or have money. You can be educated. You can do other things to do that. So that's what he's trying to do. And his absence is messing up a lot of people.
If he came out right now, how would it be different?
It'd be more live. Why y'all out here see more people out here?
They wouldn't be beefing who they beefing with. You know what I'm saying? They wouldn't even be focused on that. They'll be focused on this record label. Oh, how I'm gonna get down. You know what I'm saying? How I'm gonna get in the studio. Is he gonna let me in the studio? Yeah. They in there. They in there. Y'all off the streets. They in there.
All my homeboy dead. You know what I'm saying? I can pull out a shirt right now with 30 niggas on that motherfucker dead. Who I roll in cars with. Ain't nobody dying now because they hollering fat belly. One thing. You know what I'm saying?
They'll be back together. Everybody be fucking with each other and there won't be no violence, no, you know what I'm saying, no, there'll be less hatred. Everybody just be together, everybody be happy. Yeah, he'll wait. Everybody be happy.
Because he was working in all neighborhoods to bring them together. That's what his goal was. He can go in all the neighborhoods. It's no beef because they know who he is. There's no disrespect for him. They respect him and everything. This is the type of person that you need to reach these type of kids that have been through this. That's who you need.
But now they back on the streets. It ain't no studio, ain't nobody out here trying to guide them, ain't none of that.
And I'm making an appeal to you to please look into that. This is the type of person you need to reach these kids that's down here. His level, he can get to them.
And when he get back out, hey, he gonna help the next person. He ain't gonna never stop though. Him being in there, he ain't doing nothing but helping somebody that's in there. And that's probably, that's his next step, you know what I'm saying? That's what he gotta do for right now.
Reach the office of the pardon attorney. U.S. Department of Justice.
Man, shout out Big Eric. Eric Cobb, man. He gonna go all the way. South Carolina.
Remember the basketball player that was mentioned earlier named Eric Cobb?
I seen my nigga on ESPN doing the interview. You know what I'm saying? That shit fucked nigga up. That shit sent chills to a nigga body.
Like, they're my big brothers. I look at them as big brothers. I go to them anytime that I need something. Like, in the times that I was going out of town, I really didn't have nothing like no money and stuff like, so they'll look out for me and shoot me some cash to sponsor me. They basically was my sponsor. So just family, really.
If that's his dream, you gotta help him pursue that. You know what I'm saying? By any means necessary.
If they catch me doing something bad, it's me. It's over. They're gonna jump on me.
They Circle Cats used to get you straight and make sure you stay straight?
Yeah, most definitely. They still do.
Really?
Yeah, they still do to this day. But it's not like it is back then. Back then, they could just jump on me. Now I'm dead, and now they can't play with me like that. My little brother, his name Prosper, he passed away a couple years ago. You might well say he was my brother because we were raised up with each other. He told me to come out there and try it out and mess me up with Gilbert. And this when I started playing basketball. He passed, I mean, it made me go harder. Like, I was mad. I was real mad. It had me mad. But I miss him. That's all. I miss him a lot. I had found a school to go to, and that was University of South Carolina. Later on that year, I had got into like legal problems.
Like he's supposed to, you know what I'm saying? Supposed to keep that up, so, you know what I'm saying? These kids right here, they can see what he doing and want to be like him instead of look up to what's going on out here in the streets, you feel me?
Right now I got Texas Tech, Murray State, University of Houston, NC State, Wichita State. I could keep going on. Like, that goes to show you can't give up on your dreams, because he got something planned for you. God got a plan for you. Don't give up.
During the shooting of this film, Desi was killed in a hail of bullets. Desi was one of the reasons I went back to interview Cut Circle for the second time. Desi's presence and his words were powerful.
Also riddled with bullets.
We just want to send a condolence and prayers out to the family of our guy Desi.
What's up, Desi? You know you're my brother to the end. Like we always mention, to the end of time we riding. You know what I'm saying? Love you, man. Rest up, prosper, and tell y'all in the better place. Watch over us, man. You know what I'm saying? 100, man. 100 to the end, my nigga. I love you.
Always. What's up, my big dog, Desi, man? One more time, man. Straight like that. I love you, bro. I got you.
Got my brothers back here. They gonna keep a nigga strong, so we gonna be all good, though.
The city's horizon, and I saw my brothers in trouble. I approached with all of my education and could not help, so I cried. But when I finished crying, I noticed there were plants growing where my tears landed. The sun and the moon worked together, and there stood a strong tree bearing fruit. With that fruit, we fed the children a new food. They grew strong and were able to see what I was not. Those we thought were our enemies had children. The children embraced. They looked over the horizon and saw their parents in trouble. They approached and wiped all of our tears away forever.
You know what I'm saying? They got homeboys ain't make it, you know what I'm saying? This ain't the way. We all brothers in this shit. You know what I'm saying? We together every day. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna be like this till we die.
What keeps you from going back?
Before I had my daughter, I was 20 years old. From 15 to 20, hellraiser. When I had my daughter, I knew it was enough because who gonna take care of my daughter? Like, you know, when I left, my little daughter was 2 years old, and when I got out, she was like 12, so like I was like, dang. And when I surprised her, like when I got out, and I surprised her like going to her school because she didn't know I had got out. She knew it was coming up, but as soon as she see me, she was happy and smiling, and she just couldn't take it. She just fell on the ground and started crying. Right. And like, I made her a promise. I said, I'm not going back.
I came out of the rec yard gate, you know, late. So I didn't hit a horn to go back to the dorms. And this correctional officer, and in my mind, I'm like, you ain't nothing but the grand whistle in the KKK. But I'm not gonna tell him that because I wanna go home, I know where I'm at. But the minute I felt this man, the flurries of tobacco fly out of his mouth, and was hitting me in the face as he talked. I said, if I could get away with it right now, I'll cut this man's throat. I ain't say man, I said cracker. I said, I'll cut this cracker throat. And right then is when I said, this is somewhere I don't want to be.
She came to see me in the county jail. I think she was probably about 6 or 8 months old. And man, she was so, and I didn't even realize she had missed me that much at such a young age. And I mean, she was so excited, man, running back and forward. And when her mama got ready to leave, I mean, she just broke down crying. Man, she cried up something. But I got a chance to hold her one more time, and I made a promise to her in jail 21 years ago that I would never do nothing else that would take me away from you, that somebody can say when I can in the case of you. And to that day, to this day, I've never committed another crime.
I don't want to go back and do no time at all for nobody.
People just don't know how much they mean, how much they mean to a family until you done did something that caused that family to grieve. You know, when I went to trial and lost, and I heard my mother in the background cry, it still sticks with me today.
You know, doing 10, 15-year bids, you know that your family pretty much does that time with you. You know, so a lot of them choose not to keep giving the system what they want.
I know when I got out, I wanted to do something different. So if I wanted to do something different, I couldn't be around the same cats that I was running with. When I got out, I had to do wanted to drop 1,000 pills on me and 9 ounces. I stayed true to it. I stayed humble to it. Got the first job at Burger King. Went to work every day. Found an apprenticeship. Got into that program. Finished that program. So all of these things about just because you got F's on your back and all this kind of shit, that's bullshit. Because the only person that can stop you is you. If you really want to change where you at and make a difference, you got to start with yourself.
A lot of people think retaliation when they come home. But no, I mean, it's not worth it. Like, you did your time and let it go, because when you come back out here with that number, that's how they're going to always remember you. It's that number. You're not going to be, I'm not Tonisha anymore. I'm J39, whatever.
I wouldn't allow myself to hurt, to be selfish enough to say, man, I'm finna take another chance and hurt the people that I know that love me. I wouldn't do it. You know, when you're young, you ain't thinking, but once you get to put that selfishness to the side, you'll really see the picture.
They put me, I went to the box for cussing offside. I went to the box weighing 212 pounds. I did 62 days in that motherfucker. I went 2 days for 4th of July. There's no L. When they told me the time he got the box, I jumped off the top bunk. When I hit the floor, my boxes fell to the floor. That's how much weight I lost.
Some will go to prison and get out and come out and glorify it. That's why you got a lot of young cats going. That's part of why a lot of young cats is going to prison now. Because you got guys coming out, they glorifying it. You know what I mean? They walking around acting like it was just a slap on the wrist. So these young cats thinking, oh, this ain't, if I just do this little itty bitty crime, then not knowing that little itty bitty shit is building. Now you're in Rockport getting 30 years.
See, because
you done led this young cat to think.
When I first went to prison, it was 1990.
It's a cakewalk.
They gave me what to see. But when I got the box, I was enough for a drug charge. They sent me to a T building. A T building is a two-man cell. These the buildings where these do the least time in this building is 15 years. That's because he can work his way. Not saying he got 15. He died at 15 now. My roommate, his name is, they call him Malik, but his real name Larry Ortiz. Cool dude from Ocala, we talking, we rapping. And they give us game time sheets. They get a game time sheet, I don't never look at his, I give him. They open the door, we go play spades, he get us game time sheet for the score paper. Me getting those after that motherfucker, I seen 9998899. That's his release date. I say 98899. So after they lost back down, I said, believe me, I'm back out here. He said, boy, I got 2 elbows. Me too. I got 2 life sentence, huh? I learned a lot from me just, you know, that street life, because everybody loves a winner. Nobody loves that loser. So when you out there in the streets and you serving and you doing real good and you winning, you got that fan base. They love you. But once the time and the people come, the feds come, and you gone, The whole fan base, everything is gone.
If I wasn't a convicted felon, I had the biggest daycare center in the world. Because if you tell a child a red car blue, that child gonna believe it. I'm out.
All right, Weezer. Appreciate it.
You heard me? Opio, we can't tell grown niggas nothing. Baby girl, you got kids. If you tell your kid a red car blue, that's what? Your children gonna believe that shit. All this extra shit.
Opio, I really, really wish you could have got the conversation that me and this police officer had.
Right.
I asked
what was that?
I asked the police officer that if your partner that you ride with every day, and this is 2 African American police officers,
right?
I asked him, would you arrest if you seen your partner do something unjust, let's say murder, and you knew it was unjust? Would you arrest this partner the same way you would arrest Hakeem from Robert Street, Jordan Street, Francis Street, or anywhere else in the inner city across America?
What did he say?
He said he would have no choice but to arrest him.
Wow.
So this what is it, blue wall that they're talking about, I want to let y'all know. Y'all have officers within your department. They may not be vocal about what they would do if they seen something unjust. I'm here to tell you, even if it's 1,
I got
2,
10 seconds.
or 3 officers that would agree that they would arrest their partner for something unjust, that's enough.
All
that's
right.
the solution.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you, Opio.
All right.
If you come to the party, leave guns outside. If you come to the party, leave guns outside. If you come to the party, leave guns outside. If you come to the party, leave guns outside. Hey. Put away your gun before you shoot the wrong man. You shot the wrong man. Put away your gun before you shoot the wrong man. Hey yo, you shot the wrong man. Put away your gun before you shoot the wrong man. You shot the wrong man. Put away your gun before you shoot the wrong man. Hey yo, you shot the wrong man. Me jamming my music, please don't accuse me. Me jamming my music, please don't shoot me. Got my hoodie on, please don't shoot me. Me got my hoodie on. Wait, man, they need the sheep out. They really mad at they gun tribulation. They wanna stop me get, but I know how to shake them. Me treat them like a 3-pointer, then I fake them. Then me go and fade them. If I on my wicked, keeping me pathway. Hey God, money hustle is a habit. And if me destined for greatness, and please don't be racist. And if I were out there, please don't mistake it. Me, where you come before you shoot the wrong man. You shot the wrong man. Where you come before you shoot the wrong man. Hey yo, you shot the wrong man. Where you come before you shoot the wrong man. You shot the wrong man. Where you come before you shoot the wrong man. Hey yo, you shot the wrong man. There's a lady at a bus stop coming from a shop. Heard a gunshot, little baby drop. Who shot the sheriff? It wasn't me, man. You know I don't own no gun, it wasn't me, man. You know I don't own no gun, it wasn't me, man. You know I don't own no gun, it could be Zimmerman. You know me don't own no gun, it could be Mr. Dunn. You know me don't own no gun, it could be both of them. When you see me, man, don't judge, man. Remember me, man. And if me destined for greatness, and please don't be racist. And if I were out there, please don't mistake it. Where you coming when you shoot the wrong man? You shot the wrong man. Where you coming when you shoot the wrong man? Hey yo, you shot the wrong man. Put away your gun before you shoot the wrong man. You shot the wrong man. Put away your gun before you shoot the wrong man. Hey yo, you shot the wrong man. Me jamming my music, please don't accuse me. Me jamming my music, please don't shoot me. Got my hoodie on, please don't shoot me. Me got my hoodie on. Wait, please be careful, please be careful. Put your guns up, that way the little kids can't bother them. Put them up, lock them up in the safe. And if you do carry the gun, Mr. Officer, think before you shoot. Hey stranger, think before you shoot. Don't judge me. I love my music. I love my hoodie. You hear me? Think before you shoot.